Welcome back to the Living Transplant Podcast. Season 4 is just around the corner. The last 3 episodes, we have shared stories from the podcast Remember This, who we partnered with during Living Donation Week 2021 to highlight first-person living organ donation stories submitted through an online app. We have one more episode for you from that series. In this episode, Len shares his journey as a double anonymous non-directed donor, meaning he donated a kidney and a portion of his liver to strangers. Please enjoy.
Remember This is a podcast about memories, because some stories deserve to live forever. I'm Amanda Capito. On today's episode,
my name is Leonard Hodder, and I'm 57 years old.
Let's get started. So, where are you living right now, and how did you end up here?
I grew up in Southern Ontario, Canada, and I now live in Brampton, just outside of Toronto.
What would you say was your proudest moment?
I'm a non-directed living liver and kidney donor. I donated a piece of my liver to a child in 2019 and a kidney to someone in 2021. My proudest moment was after the liver donation surgery when the child's surgeon visited me in my hospital room and told me that the child's liver transplant surgery went really, really well and that he was now doing great. So for me, that's about as good as life gets, right? A really sick kid is now on the road to recovery and hopefully to a normal life.
Tell me about a hardship that you went through that is unforgettable but formative to who you are today.
For a few years when I was in public school, I was picked on. Really picked on. And for me, that was a really tough time in my life. But I also think it made me want to stick up for the underdog or, for people who are in trouble or, I don't know, it's made me empathetic to other people's struggles in life.
Is there a piece of advice or a sentiment that helped you get through all the years and that you continue to live by?
Well, it may sound corny, but I just want to make the world a better place. I know I'm not going to move mountains. I can only do my own little things, but that's what I can do. I can do my own little things to try and make life better for the people that I meet and the world around me.
Who would you say played the biggest role in your life?
Well, as with anyone, I'm sure there are so many people that impact on each of us. But for me, there are 2 school teachers that stick out in mind. My grade 5 teacher was Mr. Cook. Now, you have to know that I was a quirky, maybe even eccentric computer or electronics nerd. And I lived out in the country where most other kids just wanted to go fishing or, hang out on the main street in town. And that wasn't me, so I was a bit of a square peg. But Mr. Cook saw something in me, and he really encouraged me to look beyond all that and pursue my talents. And then there was Mr. Miller. He was my high school math teacher, and he was just so patient and helpful, and not just to me, but to every student. It's just that's the type of person he was, and he was a good role model for my way of thinking. And it's incredible how much of an impact teachers can make on someone.
What's one memory that you cherish and continues to bring a smile to your face?
Well, my dad and I were never close. My parents split up when I was a kid, and so I didn't spend much time after that with my dad. We did reconnect later in life, though, and my wife, Margaret, and I met up with him while he was camping at one of his favorite fishing holes way up in Shining Tree, Ontario. We only spent a couple of days with him that time, but we talked and we laughed, and of course we went fishing. And so the 3 of us were in the boat, and my dad and Margaret and me, and we all had a line in the water. And my dad never caught a fish that day, but I think I caught 3. And I can still see the smile, or I don't know, whatever it was, the look on his face when I caught one and reeled it in. It was like he couldn't be more excited for me. And I've traveled around the world, and that was just a very special couple of days for me.
Is there an item that you have that has particular significance that you continue to hold on to?
Well, as I said earlier, I donated a piece of my liver to a child, and since it was a non-directed or an anonymous donation, the rules in Ontario say that we can never meet or know who each other are, so that child will never know who I am or vice versa. But the rules do let us exchange one letter, and I wrote a letter to them a little while after my surgery, and then a while after that, they replied back. And I can tell you, getting that letter was magical. I learned that the child was doing really, really well. Everything went great, and they were on their way to, a full recovery and a normal life. So, and I still read that letter every now and then, and it makes me cry happy tears. And so that letter just has so much meaning. It's very special to me.
Let's talk about the present. What do you like to do now? How do you spend your time?
After my liver donor surgery at Toronto General Hospital, I started volunteering there. My first job was as a navigator. So I'd meet people as they came through the door and then help them to get to wherever they had to get to in the hospital. And in just about every case, I got a thank you. And I'd get a couple of hundred thank yous every day. And volunteering has become one of my favorite things to do. I really look forward to meeting new people every time I volunteer there.
Is there anything else you'd like to share?
I'd like everyone to think about how they can do their bit to make the world a better place. I don't know, help a neighbor, volunteer somewhere, donate blood, or just reduce the amount of waste that we produce. Think about your legacy. What can we each do to leave a better world for our kids? You don't have to be an Elon Musk or a Bill Gates to make a difference. And we can all make a difference in our own small way.
Thanks for listening. For more stories like this one, visit rememberthispodcast.com.
Thank you so much for listening to Len's story from Remember This, Living Donation Edition. Special thanks to Len, Amanda Cupido, and Remember This team. If you have your own story you'd like to share, please reach out to us at livingorgandonation@uhn.ca. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like our podcast. Thanks for listening.